Oh dear, I think I know what this is. You see, Stan, as you get older, things that you used to like start looking and sounding like shit. And things that seemed shitty as a child don't seem as shitty. With you, somehow the wires have gotten crossed and everything looks and sounds like shit to you. It's a condition called being a cynical asshole.
Oh no.
Yes. And there's no known cure, I'm afraid. Everything just seems shitty and everyone starts to seem shitty and everything they say just starts...
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Yes, Mr. Sherman, everything stinks.
Don't you understand, Steven? Somebody has to kill the babysitter.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude. Dust. Wind. Dude.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Your soul is mine. Fatality.
Begin! Points. Winner.
There you go.
Wonderful!
Leave them to me.
I have you not.
All too easy.
What?
Mockery. Oh, Master! I do not trust you! I cannot trust you or anyone ever again!
Kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games. Don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
You hate to do it, but at the same time, it's hilarious. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Sith. I am your host, Fractured Filter, and with me, as always, my co-host and all this fun, excitement, and, dare I say, as well as the kids would say, cringe. Jay Hitman, and how are you tonight, sir?
Look how they massacred my boy.
Yes, because on the docket for today is, of course, we're going to be talking about as the Sentinel put it quite brilliantly, and welcome the Sentinel, Celebration, Star Wars Celebration 2023. We are in it. And hello there. Thank you, Steven Saucedo's Film and Gaming Blogosphere. Hello and welcome. So we'll be probably quickly going over Mandalorian episode, was it 6?
It doesn't matter.
The beginning of God. So what is it that's been going on? To the same effect of Bad Batch, 95% filler, 5% storyline, and that's being very, very generous. But I think a lot of what will be talked about tonight, especially, is going to be, a lot of the celebration stuff that has been dropping, because whoo boy, we got plenty of content to go around. Sentinel, we're made to suffer. It's our lot in life, you fans. Heir to the Ahsoka, yes, yeah. It's, I mean, this has been basically in the works for some time, ever since the conclusion of Rebels, basically. The conclusion of Rebels is basically hinting at the idea that we would, be seeing Thrawn again at some point. It was just a matter of when, because the whole big hunt was going to be on for Space Aladdin, Ezra, somewhere down the line. So it was going to inevitable that we were going to be seeing, unfortunately, our favorite Chiss, Thrawn, eventually make a reappearance in the Star Wars universe that was not handled very well.
I'm really disappointed. I had a really funny, I was calling it, it was like, you called it Retardalorian, I think.
Retardalorian, yeah.
And I called it something else, and I can't remember what I called it. It's going to make me mad because it was brilliant, and I can't find it on my Twitter feed. I think I tweeted it out, but now I can't. It was like, not Turtleorian, Trashalorian. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Trashalorian, because that's literally what it is.
This episode in particular, too, it was just called, like, what? Do you guys even have a thread of what you're doing? And just, I do.
Real quick, I just
go ahead.
Just shout out to Sentinel. That is hilarious. Celebration. I'm going to change my name to the Celebration Expert. So hopefully that's not copyrighted, Sentinel, but that's hilarious. Celebration. That's exactly what it is. And I don't know about you, and maybe I'm just in my old cranky age. I just don't know a lot about,
both of us are. I think both of us are, for sure. We're just the old farts, the old man yelling at clouds, basically.
Yeah. But I had no idea that they announced Celebration today, or I'm assuming it was today.
It started yesterday.
And funny enough,
it's going over the weekend.
Funny enough, I've not seen any of the. What was the big kerfuffle that was going on a couple months ago with the gay Jedi, whatever the thing was about?
Yeah, actually, I think I saw.
I'm not saying he was gay. I'm saying that was the guy's name, gay Jedi.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. No, Tim from Open Airlock, he had posted. No, let's see if I kind of made the joke. Thanks on part to my brother Sheefster. He gave me. Okay, yeah, here it is. Darth Knights of Melvin on Twitter. He posted the shot from the drag panel. Opener like Disney Star Wars gun Disney Star Wars, but quote, we just want the EU to continue alongside the Disney Star Wars people. You are tacitly supporting this. And yeah, he's right. He's right on there. And
a lot of
I said they managed to make the aliens of Alien look more attractive. I applaud. I'd take a Rodian over this.
I'd say that corn in the episode is more attractive. And the Bacta tank or whatever, her aquarium.
With
we'll get to that.
The things she could do with those face tentacles. Oh boy!
And we saw what she did a little.
Yeah,
bit.
we got a sample.
This is just, it's so incredible. Like again, thank you. I want to do something different. Thank you to DSW and DFL for keeping you and I in a job. This isn't our job. We don't get paid for it. We're not Star Wars Theory. We're not Mewtwo's. We're not making money off this.
It's keeping us in entertainment. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, the entertainment field, and
it's keeping us very entertained.
I'm not one who would ever want to make a job out of this. So good on you, Star Wars Theory. Like I said, I don't hate him. He's done great with what he's got and whatnot. But they keep us into a job, and it's so like I do not understand. Are they like, okay? So I know people that are from California,
right?
I know people that are from British Columbia, and I know that there is some really good stuff that you can get your hands on out there, as far as grabbing a lighter and burning it and inhaling it and altering your state of mind and whatnot. But first of all, who thought it was a good idea to bring the guy from House of Rock back, or School of Rock back into
I don't know,
an episode? And two, I mean, you've seen Back to the Future, I'm sure, right? I have not.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite trilogies out there.
To bring Christopher Lloyd back, and we had talked about this.
Oh God, it was so sad seeing him in this.
Had referenced a while back that we went over.
Yeah, we had seen news that he was going to be appearing in a Star Wars project. I think they said it was going to be for Mandalorian. I forget.
But you shysters bring him back in this poor man, this decrepit old man, back in this capacity. As a this whole show, like, I literally, when you text me the other night about, I was like, he's just taking the piss. There's no way that it's bad. There's no way that this episode could fathomably be this bad. There's no way. There's no way that this like I read that.
Oh yeah, what was it? I said, dude, this freaking episode is so garbage tier. We are going to have a field day with it.
Yeah, I did not think that I would ever watch. Like, I have never been so excited to, like, I almost put Bad Batch season 2 episode 3 back on.
I went back to watching Stargate Atlantis.
Well,
because good Lord, did I need a palate cleanse after that freaking episode.
You need a palate cleanse from Stargate Atlantis.
Hey, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I'm dumbstruck, man. I don't get it. And I'm so, I could be wrong. I feel that Bo-Katan they're going to make her into the new Boba Fett.
Yes.
I retract my statement.
Fennec Shand kind of is, but yeah, you're right.
I think they're, I don't know. I will eat crow. Like, I thought that they were going to do like a relationship thing between Mando and Bo, and I did. I was like,
possibly still in the cards, but we'll see.
I don't know. And then the whole, but they're idiots. They have literally, unless I'm misinterpreting something, they're idiots, and they have shot themselves in the foot with this stupid dork saber thing, because they
the
did
dork
the
saber
recap.
Rule is so freaking stupid.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they so in the recap They were like, it has to be.
I love that they bring things up in their. Okay, so yeah, let me because I did take some notes, but I mean,
so
how oblivious can you be that you end up basically pointing out your own BS in your recap? Because it's showing off that there isn't a mental block, but there's clearly something that for some reason Dim Jughead still can't wield the dork saber properly, even though he took his bath and everything. Because I think it's in this episode he used it, and it was still seeming heavy to him. So it clearly wasn't a mental block. But the funny thing was, with their stupid recap, they're
empowering women. With
their recap, they show how, clearly Gideon used it no problem, and then Bo using it no problem when she sliced up that stupid droid thing that we still got no real rhyme or reason to existing on Mandalore. So
I wonder if they're gonna take the route that they did with the lightsabers, how lightsabers are sentient beings now and they have feelings and they can choose.
Oh, for freak's sake.
You remember we did that we talked about that, how
we talked about that, yeah.
Well, because there was the whole the lightsabers are the kyber crystals are crying, like the Sith ones are.
They bleed the kyber crystals to turn them red. Yes, very edgy, very edgelordy.
Can I and there's just something for my own. I just need to run this by you because I literally thought I was about to check myself into an institution over the last 24 hours. Maybe I'm wrong, but do droids have feelings? Are droids humans?
Disney Star Wars droids, yes, have feelings and are apparently quite sentient.
The amount of stupid within 45, I've never seen so much stupid in a 38-minute episode. Because
what really just kind of makes me just kind of shake my head, because
droids getting drunk.
Well, besides that,
okay.
Although I did see, I'll have to try and find her. There's a
nobody, including Jack Black, should ever talk about drinking secretions. Secretions should never come out of anybody's mouth, including Jack Black.
Oof.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Would you like some? I'm going to start asking you when I see you. Fractured, would you like some secretions?
No, thank you. Immediate. No, thank you. But what I find funny with this, with their whole, basically all droids are effectively humans, is they are taking away the uniqueness. And if Tuscan, Bob, Greg, if you're out there, I'm sorry to say this, but it's like, and I know you hate C-3PO, but it takes away the uniqueness, the specialty of C-3PO, of R2-D2, that they were these particular droids who happened to kind of form these own weird little kind of quirky personalities. But I mean, even it was explained that Anakin kind of, when he was programming C-3PO, kind of either overdid certain things, but he, that was kind of his intention for making him that way. But it takes away that specialty of those droids, because now it's all in all of them.
C-3PO never had an opportunity to get drunk because because the only bar that we know that he went into, he wasn't invited.
He wasn't allowed.
We don't serve your kind. So we go from we don't serve your kind to just now, like, how
there's a specialty droid bar.
Please explain to me how just this makes any sense. Like, this is so incredibly stupid. It's like, well, I mean, these are the same people that made a movie about cars being alive, so I guess it's not too far out from just I can't even talk. I'm gonna have a stroke. Droid's going to a bar. And they're like, well, gee, Hitman, they're not drinking alcohol. It's nicotine. It's just oil. Okay. They're drinking oil that corrupts their somehow programming and makes them act like they're drunk. But it's not alcohol. It's nicotine. Okay. Sorry. That makes more sense. It's still a bar. It's still a bar.
Yes.
And they literally have they have what looks like decanters with straws hooked up to their body and they're drinking it. Like
oh god.
You sat there telling me that they're not drinking. The illusion is that it's a bar. And it's like, the old joke, I'm not going to say the joke, but it's like someone walks into a bar and everything just stops quiet.
Yeah.
So we go from this ship looks like a flipping crab.
Which ship?
The ship in the beginning of the scene looks like just like something off Futurama. Like, I don't know. Maybe
I've said this before, and I said it on Twitter too. Like their designs for like creatures and stuff like that have gotten really lazy.
It literally looks like a hermit shell, so we go from this Quarren who is either in a bacta tank or an aquarium with clothes and eats a goldfish instead of just eating, because that's stupid. Why is she in a tank? Because everybody else is outside a tank. It's not a bacta tank because, well, I mean, I guess it could be, but it doesn't appear to be bacta. She's not hooked up to any type of monitor. She's wearing clothes, and then this magical chair comes out of nowhere when she drains it.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So we got this too. Then we have like Canderous rolling over in his grave because this stupid wolf guy's like, I know you did it for love. Like what? Like you have literally
they're full. They're full mercenary. They're basically full mercenary.
The amount of memes I've seen on Twitter in regards to like a tombstone that says Star Wars, like Star Wars, basically death. Like rest in peace, Star Wars. Like this
Disney Star Wars R.I.P. Yeah.
I can't. Like I know you did it for love. There is no Mandalorian. I am not OG Star Wars. I am not Mandalore. I do not think any true Mandalorian would say, I know you did it for love. Maybe that's subjective.
Speaking of OG Star Wars, we just had her in the chat saying, please smash the like button. Hello, everyone. Hello, OG. Hello. Thank you for coming on in.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. It's just the amount of stupid. I can't. Like, I just. And then
we know we've gotten far away from certainly Canderous's sort of Mandalorians. Yes.
But it's like,
yeah.
I just, and if I literally thought someone was playing Super Mario when I was watching this. When they're flying in, they have the fanfare music. I was like, "What? Who's playing Mario right now?" the ridiculous "Welcome to Plaza 15." Like,
when they're getting into the planet. Yeah, you know what I found? Just kind of getting through. I mean, the only thing I can say is like, okay, so they had aliens speaking alien with, and they had subtitles.
No. And this, oh my goodness, I totally forgot. I forgot this, dude.
Oh boy, he's fired up today.
What? The dialogue between the Quarren and then the Mandalorian.
Oh my god.
It's just straight English. Like, yes, it's basic, but there's no like I look at like
there's no accent or anything like that.
No, nothing.
It's very, very plainly spoken. Yes.
You and I could go fly to California and audition for one of these roles, and we would get it. And they would just have us just talk normal. Like this is nothing. Like, nothing about anything Disney Star Wars screams Star Wars, but that is absolutely stupid. And 1000% unequivocally, whoever directed this or had any hand in this, either casting, writing, immediately needs to be fired and sent off to an island in like Richard Branson's island. Like, never, I don't think I've ever heard. Again, OG, come back. Because she knows. Any book I've read, even like the voice actor will try to give an accent. If it's like an alien, whether it be a person or an alien, this is stupid.
I mean, like from all the audio books that I've listened to for Star Wars, like when it comes to the Mon Calamari, they always give a certain
Akbar-esque,
right, kind of accent, kind of and just kind of the way that it's pronunciated, and they kind of have that kind of I'd hate to say like kind of underwater sort of gurgling speech, but
it is.
But I mean, it is kind of like that.
And,
so
then, and then it's just and then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect you or anything. Basic's not my first language. You're speaking it perfectly."
Yeah,
you're like, sorry, it's not my first language.
See, that's just it. They can't offend anyone, right? So they have to make sure that it is very plain basic. So you aren't having to them an offensive stereotypical accent.
Their defense, though, to this is like, well, we're just copying the Mon Calamari from the Clone Wars because that young prince in the Clone Wars talk normal too. So like, what's your big hiccup?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I don't know if he's a young prince, but there was an episode with the
Mon. I think he was. I'm pretty sure I remember which one you're referring to. Yeah.
It's just, it's like you have, I don't know. Again, I think EU elitist made a tweet, or it's not a tweet either. I don't know what he did, but I agree with him. Like, critique what you want to there's a difference between critiquing and ripping on something and then like actually like, I guess, like threatening somebody. And I would obviously never threaten any of these people.
No, I have no care to do anything like that. I'm not as spastic like they are.
I will rip on this because it is just pure dualtishness. I'm not using that word because it's the word of the day for me.
No, you've used it in past streams, so it's not unheard of for you.
Like, I don't understand. I really want to learn who they're catering to, and if they're like on a psychological level, if they're actually directing these episodes to somehow, like, I don't understand who can actually watch this and like this. I get it, like what you want, like, but I want to understand like how, like. Oh my, like Jack Black. I mean, there's only like one movie that I think he was ever good in, from what I've heard, and that was like Tenacious D.
Well, that was because that was basically just him being him, to a degree.
Right? What, like, it's just, and then the like, oh my god, I just don't. So was that Moff Gideon's ship? Did I miss something?
No,
like very much like Moff Gideon's ship. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. I just. The dialogue between the dialogue between the Corn and the Mon.
It could have been because that might have been from some of the raids that Bo-Katan was a part of.
The dialogue between the Corn and the Mon Calamari, her literally wiping her tentacles, whatever you call them, all over his face.
Yeah.
The dialogue between the princess, and then I love how they threw in there the Mon Calamari Viceroy. I thought that was just really just brilliantly done. And then the personification that they've given off in regards to the Mandalorian, like, I know you did it for love, and I'm not here to judge, but I am here to bring you back, or whatever the line he said. Like, who would be like, if I was coming after you, look, I'm a mercenary. I'm coming after you. And I said, I'm here to take you back to your parents. I know why you left. You did it for love, and I'm not here to judge you, but I'm here to take you back. Like, would you be scared of me? Like, would you, like, Mandalorians in my mind, and I've got to reach out to OG. I've got to send her a DM or somehow get a hold of that Mandalore guy, because I don't have the knowledge. Like I have read some of the books, like Karen Travis' book. I have read some of them.
Right.
I just don't feel. I just, and maybe it's because I'm biased. I love Candace. I always felt like the Mandalorians like were very rough, gruff, demanded. What's the word? Like people respected. They respected people. People respected them and feared them because of how they acted, how they operated. I don't know. Yeah. Bro, when I played KOTOR and I went up against that any Mandalorian I went up against, like I crapped my pants because I was like, one, I'm gonna die, and two, like these guys are like they're
you made sure you were prepared when you were taking them on.
Like a bunch of wolves, guy. Like I made sure I had I was set. I had all like Bastille on myself and like Jolie, like any Jedi I could get. Like maybe I had Candace because Candace would always want to fight, but like I basically made sure like, and just the design, like it's like, man, like this guy's like, if I met a guy like this with the helmet like on the street, like I'd poop my pants. But you don't get that within Disney. You don't get that with the Mandalorians, and you don't get that with the Empire. This Empire is the Empire that believes that nobody would be stupid enough to attack a facility on Aldhani, so we're not going to have a full-on garrison. We're just going to have 40 people. We're going to have 40 stormtroopers protecting this thing because nobody, like you just, like, the way that they have established their empire, it's laughable. You have like that guy in Kenobi. I'm not being racist. I'm not making fun of people, but this guy's literally waddling, going to the right.
Waddling, which guy?
You remember the guy in the in Kenobi? He was at the Inquisitor Palace, whatever. It's like this is not the empire that like you and I grew up on. And you made a joke like, man, boy, standards have really dropped since she, was taken out, or it's just so stupid.
No, that's been the joke, right?
And even like
that's been the joke of these guys.
Even like with Rampart, like, yeah, like I'm sure there was probably Imperials that like were ambitious, but like again, it doesn't. I don't know. Rampart.
Wow, he vanished, didn't he? He just vanished off the face.
He got arrested. Yeah, he got arrested. Bumped off to freaking, I don't know, Plaisir 15. I don't know where he got bumped off. Like Sheev came in and was like, did his whole speech, and he bumped off somewhere. But it's like,
yep,
the Empires is just, they've painted the Empire as just like stupid. Like if. For you and I, we say, we're like, how did, like, if this is the Empire, how did they become the Empire? And other people are like, oh yes, the rebellion has hope because I don't know, dude. It's just it's so saddening to see. It's like this. It's laughable. It is so laughable.
Oh, it really is. Yeah. Oh, God. But as you're saying, it's funny. Like when they were going right into the city.
And then the chain code thing. Like,
that was going to be my point. That was so. How does Dim Jughead manage to have chain codes? How did he go to the Imperial DMV and get identified? I mean, how did he prove his ID? How
did he get into the Moff Gideon's facility when he took his helmet off?
Well, that's just it. Because it did the face scan, and so apparently they have that. It just breaks their own stupid lore. Because he clearly would have had to have taken his helmet off, right?
And here's the other, like, you freaking know Moff Gideon didn't make it to trial, and you're giving your
2 years apparently.
So one, how do you have a chain code? And two, why are you giving it out freely? And it's like, are you willing to give your chain code for identification purposes? And then like,
but it's just like, how did he get a chain code then?
I know.
Especially with his own name and everything, because like I said, He isn't. He's not to have been allowed to have taken off his helmet, and he didn't until now, or until he got the stupid rat.
I understand.
So,
I know. We missed something. We missed something with this. I figured.
I don't know what we missed. We've watched all three up. All three. We've been.
We did miss something, and they talked about this earlier. So the way that how I want to put it. I think they've talked about this a lot. What was it? Oh, this is the way.
Oh, damn it! You're right.
You silly bastard! How did you? It's so.
That's right. This is the way.
And then
that explains everything.
They see that they see the iconic C3PO and R2D2 droid is like, how did Imperial droids get here? Did I miss something, or did they how did they distinguish this droid that looked like C3PO and then an R2 unit as
by the looks of them, because the Imperials did have droids that looked a particular way.
I must have missed that. If you want to sometime pull that up and let me, I just was like, oh, like, how did you distinguish that these were Imperial droids?
I mean, it's been mainly like through like the games and stuff. You'd notice that they're only in particular, like in the Empire areas, you'd have those droids that look like that, and then of course you go to areas like on Bespin and stuff. Then you ran into the regular C3PO protocol droids and stuff like that that look like that, but we're maybe a different color or something, anything like that. But the Imperial ones all had that kind of more evil look to them.
They look dumb. And then they're on this the Tokyo above ground railway to, I don't know, whatever it was. Take us to the Mandalorian camp. The High Council Senate wants to speak with you, and it can only be approved by that. Like,
yeah. And
then I guess we're just in it now. The review, they're talking about axe wolves, blah blah blah, this that, and then just this banquet scene.
The whole thing was stupid. Like Lizzo, the Jack Black's wife or whatever in this, she can't act worth a damn. Like, and there was, I think Rhino pointed this out. They had no chemistry between the two.
None.
It was basically like they literally like met right there that day on set and were told to start doing their lines.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh yes, we have fun. What happened?" Ha ha ha.
It was really, really just
cringe.
Stupid. Yes. A part of my notes was torch the stupid world, they deserve it, which I think kind of says it all for this for sure. Then they get put on the task forcibly to investigate these droids going bonkers. So that's basically like the start of it. They go and meet some stupid Ugnaughts, which I'm just like, I just think you should just shoot them, the filthy creatures.
If you had to pick between,
but no, he talks to him the way he talked to that one Ugnaught. So apparently that's the way they talk.
Yeah. If you had to choose between a Jawa and an Ugnaught, what would you choose?
What do you mean, to like spend time with or hang around?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, in Sutor, I get a Jawa companion that's actually pretty bonkers, and I kind of dig. So yeah, I'll pick the Jawas over the Ugnaughts.
I like. Was it Jedi Academy or no? What? No, I think it was actually no. It was a Jedi Outcast where I like to kill all the Ugnaughts.
Yes.
Oh, well, you can't. You can, but then you need to force, like, you need to basically have them open that door. So, but the Jedi Academy, 1000%. When you're on Tatooine, I kill them all.
I'm too busy killing sand people.
I'm like, this is for Peggy.
Oh God, why?
Your favorite. I'm surprised she wasn't in this episode.
We are so playing that Ahsoka trailer now.
Don't get mad because that's your favorite. Anyways,
but they're basically going on the hunt for the stupid droids. God, it's really just silly because they're trying to find the corrupted droids, which I was just like, did somebody play Detroit Become Human? Because I feel like that's what's going on with these this whole droid thing. And I thought it was really funny that then, like, when they start chasing down a super battle droid, which was hauling ass, and I had no idea they could move like that. But man, that super battle droid got moving.
Yeah.
But Dim Jughead does not have his jetpack, apparently. He seemed to have left it behind. Bo-Katan remembered hers, but for some reason Jughead there, he seemed to have forgotten his. So I thought that was kind of stupid, but then they find out about the droid bar. And I'm part of my comment too was, they've killed the uniqueness of C-3PO and R2. And then they have a scene where basically it's a droid morgue.
Oh my dear!
My brother, he's like, we've gone. He said, what are they doing? CSI now? I was like, we've gone, and I said we've gone CSI Mando now because that's right. So this was the scene where we find where Jughead cuts the medical droid.
No, you forgot they take a blood sample.
That's what I'm. They take the sample from the super battle droid. It corrupts the medical droid, and it starts to go bonkers. And then Jughead uses the dork saber. That's still heavy to him, even though he took his bath. But it's still heavy to him. But he cuts the stupid thing in half.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
They track down and find out it has some sort of chain code in the virus that's being put out, and it leads back to Doc Brown, who was behind it all. He's a holdout separatist, and this was the only time he seemed to have like brought out some acting.
Yeah.
For this moment when he does have like a moment of a passionate speech where he's talking about we held out against the Republic. We didn't bow to the Empire, and we certainly aren't. He was I was like, hell yeah. He's like, he almost went into saying Dooku did nothing wrong.
Right.
But I mean, I just laughed because it was like, that was like the only moment we got of him really kind of putting on a performance, because otherwise he was kind of just phoning it in. He was really just kind of phoning it in and just he got his paycheck, so hey, good for him. But we also then see stupid Grogu helping the sea cow cheat with their weird roly-poly game that they're playing. And then they grant the stupid rat knighthood, and they give Botox Karen and Dim Jughead the key to the city, I guess.
Did you notice when she wanted to hold the Grogu and he's like, he doesn't like strangers, and then
he jumps right in. Yeah.
Did you see? Maybe it was just me, but I saw her feeding him the gummy sharks. Blue gummy sharks.
Is that? Was that why you said that?
Yes. She's sitting there like, and then he again, practical effects, just this terrible jump, and she's just feeding him. I'm just, oh God. They're gummy sharks. Blue gummy sharks.
Let me see if I can find that really quick because I didn't really.
Not Swedish fish. Blue gummy sharks.
Blue gummy sharks. That's pretty funny. Hang on. I mean, I swear to Christ, that freaking thing will jump into anybody's arms that wants to feed it. That thing has no loyalty whatsoever. Like I've said, he really should just kick the damn thing into a pit of lava. Oh my! Okay, here it is. I got it. Oh, it does look. They do look like gummy sharks,
right?
Oh my god, we have a new soy jack face. I might have. Damn it! I'm gonna have to save that. Hang on. I gotta. Ah, damn it! I lost it.
I feel really bad because well, never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Say it.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
I don't know who the actor is who plays his wife.
Lizzo. She's a rap singer.
Oh.
Or
Lizzo?
whatever.
Is her name Lizzo?
Lizzo, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I should have used this for the thumbnail. Dang.
What?
Oh, well. All right. Let me get it back really quick. So, yeah, like you said, they do look like little gummy sharks, basically.
Yeah.
He just leaps over, boom, right into it. Oh, but the gummy sharks vanished instantly. And he's just like, yeah, oh, yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, they just look like little gummy sharks.
Yeah.
That's, like I said, that thing has no fucking loyalty.
No. Hold me, feed me, pet me. I'm there.
But in my timeline, Grogu died when Lizzo accidentally sat on him.
Yeah.
If there's a way to go, if there's one way you don't want to go out, that's certainly it. Oh man. But then, after their stupid little adventures in the city, we finally get to the meat of the matter, for whatever that's worth. And Bo-Katan goes and challenges. What was his name? Volvo or something?
Axe Wolves. This is so reminiscent of. I mean, not from a challenging perspective, but once again, it's like Cara Dune versus Mando. Girl Trump.
It was such a sloppily choreographed fight too.
I don't know.
I guess that's it. It just looked it was bad. Hey, Greg, what's up, man? No Sentinel, Lizzo the Hutt ate him. Justice for Frog Lady.
Yeah.
The amount of children freaking Grogu ate, the genocidal little monster that he is. Good Lord. But no. But what I had to laugh is that, and apparently Greg had called it. It's just amounted to then after the fight, Dim Jughead just handing over the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, making her the de facto leader of the Dorkalorians.
There was no challenge. There was no that General Grievous did not.
But that was.
So how
Frog lives matter. Frog lives matter. No justice, no peace for frog lives. I'm sorry.
It's so painful.
I know it's the dork saber. I switch in between saying it and saying dork saber. I mostly say dork saber though, because that's what because you bastards.
Greg's in the chat. Please play the clip I sent you about the Grogu being put in the blender if you still have it.
Oh, shoot! I should have downloaded that.
You didn't download it?
I should have. Did you put it in the private chat again? Oh no, you'd have to find it too, huh? Damn it.
No, it's on my Twitter.
Oh yeah. Let me find your Twitter really quick.
It's like 4 tweets down, dude. It's the best thing ever. Watch it every morning. I should watch it every morning.
I'm glad you haven't been tweeting like I have been recently.
That's so funny. Finally, I catch Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah. Here it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's just the greatest thing. Just play it for Greg. Greg, this for you.
I started drinking matcha tea because the color matches the meme. When I finally catch Baby Yoda.
Oh yes.
Well, and if with Greg being here, I'll play this again. Hang on. Nothing like some abuse to the frog or to the little green rat.
I've said this before, but again, I'll say it because we've got some people in the chat. So I think what's so great about that scene is because you and I worked for somebody who worked at Disney and had said that was a impromptu. Basically, the guy, the actor who did who played the Scout Trooper, got in trouble by Favreau. Because
that story got out too. Everybody it started floating around.
Yeah. So that's what's just so great about it because it wasn't even in the script. He just like boom, and Favreau was like, maybe don't hit this $300 million animatronic or however much. What did we cover that? Was it like how much was that? Like
I forget the exact amount on the
300. It wasn't 30 million, but like 3 million, whatever it was.
Those scout troopers don't need a blender to make Grogu smoothie. No, they'll be turning it into burger patties for sure. That kind of
the whole fight scene is just stupid. It's so
the fight scene was really
poorly, there's better fights in Pokemon.
Yeah, that's animation. Go figure.
Right. I don't know. I just really feel that Bo-Katan's gonna be like. You bring up a good point, like interesting point with the Fennec Shame, because I think like even I had said years ago or however long ago was since we did Boba, I was like Fennec Shame's gonna be the new Boba, but I really think Bo is because Fennec wasn't. I look at it now and Fennec she's not a Mandalorian. She's just a female, half robot, half human now after she got her gut blown out. But I think Bo's gonna be the next Boba. And it's just interesting. Boba. What?
Don't you?
No, it's like, again, it's like, oh, well, she's a female and the armor, it's just so stupid. It's like she saw the mythosaur. Now she can take her helmet. She was walking away, but now she saw the mythosaur. She told the armor that she saw the mythosaur. Now the armor is like making Mando, who's a guy, get water from the water from Mandalore, but because she said that she saw it, I'm going to take your word over his. Because why? Because you said that you saw it. It's just so stupid. It makes no sense. And then, like you said, the whole dork saber thing. They're contradictory in their own thing. Because I've heard
no.
What?
Very good.
Well, I just say really quick that I've heard Disney. She'll say that this has to be challenged in a fight in order to be won.
Right.
And then Mando got beat by General Grievous, who did not at any point in time challenge him to it. And then he's saying like, no, like I got beat by this guy, General Grievous' cousin, and she came in and saved me. So therefore, the saber belongs to her. She's
Even
the
though
rightful.
there was no direct
There's no
challenge.
challenge. Was it Moff Gideon?
I mean, Mando didn't even technically challenge Moff Gideon either.
So I think that, to your point, well, it's not even to your point. Like, if that's the case, then like, who beat Maul? I'm not a Rebels guy. I've not watched Rebels, and I promise you, if you ever make me watch Rebels, I will.
I wouldn't force that on you.
I will come out of your computer screen and choke you. I will force choke you. No, but like, no, to your point, maybe we should, because like, I don't know if I don't have that knowledge.
Right.
Not that there's any, knowledge in that, but like, I'm not familiar with that.
If they bring Thrawn into Ahsoka, then I think maybe. But how are they going to do that? Because we're not even going to talk about that.
Well, this is funny too, because like Greg says, surprised they didn't miss. They are Disney troopers after all. I don't even get me started on that too. I'm so sick and tired of the incompetent, the incompetent stormtroopers, the incompetent imperial like officers and stuff like that. It's, oh god, I hate it. Jumper cables to the privates greater than Rebels watch party. Oof. He might have a point there. Nothing about Favreau makes logical sense. No, and it hasn't.
No,
I was listening to you, Greg, on Rhino's Casual Rage, and you were right. Like for myself, when it first aired, I watched the series. I basically did this kind of watch it with my brain turned off. There were things that stood out to me, but it wasn't nearly as much until when Hitman and I went back to rewatch it for reviews, to review it on this show. And man, like everything just really, even, I mean, the stupid, what was it? Oh God, what were they? The fob? No. What was the bounty hunter tracking things called again?
What is that again? What?
The bounty hunting tracker things that they used for
key fobs.
Yeah, like those stuck out. Yes, because it's like, what the hell are those stupid? But oh my god, everything else, like especially then like the extra key details of tracking fobs. Yeah, tracking fobs. Thank you. But it was amazing because everything else that started sticking out. Tracking fobs were already kind of goofy of what the hell sort of moment, and just as it's long. And we reviewed them. Funny thing is too, they're already a lot of it's flushed out of my brain. I never decided that these were something to go back and rewatch at all.
Yeah.
I like after the first initial run, I was done. Never rewatched it. Watched season 2, done. Didn't rewatch it until we did the reviews. And otherwise, I have no intent. I much prefer going back and rewatching good stuff like Stargate SG-1 or Atlantis.
I don't think there's
or something like that.
I don't think there's been anything that we've reviewed that I've gone back and rewatched.
No, God no.
I really don't think so. I mean, no.
They've been making the shit up as they've gone along since 2015. Mando's success was like that one sucky surfer who happens to catch a great wave and then eventually wipes out.
Yeah,
but they wiped out so early on. That was the thing. It is like season 1 was mediocre, maybe. But then season 2, you got a lot of the extra stupid coming along.
Yeah.
Like they did not take long to wipe out. But no, you know what's funny too is I said that this is how I basically equated Bo Katan getting the dark saber is just hang on, let me get it to the right point, and especially so I don't. So for anybody that's seen Beavis and Butthead Do America, this is basically it. Oh wait, let me make sure it's sharing. Okay, share audio. But this is what basically Dim Jughead was doing, giving over the dork saber. Come on.
There you go.
That was basically it. It was just basically there you go.
Right.
Dork saber. I wanted it. I meant to edit the clip up too to have Jughead giving the dork saber over, but I didn't get the time for it. But that was effectively it. That was the end. Then that was like basically then the end of the episode. She got the dork saber. The only consistent plan they've had in all their Star Wars projects is gynocentrism. Yeah. Well, and they're only like I've always said their only consistency is being inconsistent with what they've put together. They can't keep anything else on track whatsoever.
No, it's all over the place. It's like literally like, oh, what are you gonna do? I'm at work. I'm hungry. Oh, squirrel.
Yeah. No squirrel.
No squirrel. Squirrel. It's all over the place. It's inconsistent. The only, like you say, the thing they're consistent about is being inconsistent.
Right. People keep believing that these shows are leading up to something good. They never do. The Force Awakens, Mando, and recently Andor. No, and as they've already been proven, is that all roads lead to the sequel trilogy. That's where it's all leading to, and it's nothing good. They're not. Stop the Civil War meme, people. For anybody else, I mean, I know like Sentinel and Tuscan and Bob. No, they know that already. But this is like for anybody else, if you don't buy into that stupid godforsaken meme, there's no Civil War. There's nothing of the sort going on. They aren't going to retcon. They aren't going to retcon the sequel trilogy. It's all staying in place, and they're only going to double down on it. And we got that with Celebration this year. They are only showing they are doubling down.
What meme are you talking about? I've not been on Twitter.
That there's a civil war between Jon Favreau, Filoni up against Kathleen Kennedy and the higher ups at Disney Lucasfilm. Thank God you haven't heard this shit. Jesus Christ!
What are you talking? So like
there's been some rumors, quote unquote, very heavy air quotes on that, and speculation that Kathleen Kennedy has just been doing all she can to meddle in all of these other Star Wars projects, and it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are trying their best to stand against her, and so they try to claim that there's some kind of power struggle between the groups.
I don't know. I think she's pulling the strings, and they're both
well in lockstep with her. Yes.
Yeah, no, and she's never gonna. I had this conversation with a guy at work the other day or last week. I was like, I don't know, this guy. I don't know how I think he's mentioned that he kind of likes whatever. I won't go down that road. Basically, what I said is like, Kathleen Kennedy's never gonna leave. I said there's rumors that she's gonna leave after Indiana Jones 5. But she's not going to leave, because why would she? She has a cush job. She makes a lot of money, and she doesn't do anything.
Right.
And she is in a role to where she can really push her agenda and her ideology. So why leave?
Exactly.
You can literally do it. You can literally push your woke agenda and your whatever through
anywhere. But she can very easily do it here.
Of Star Wars. So why? I don't know what her salary is. And then somebody said like she's actually really, really good because how do they say it? Because of
her expertise and
well, some things kept her, around all these decades for all these projects. I've heard nepotism, but
yeah, her hiring of Ruin Johnson. I don't know her hiring skills.
I don't know at this point.
I don't know. Really, though, when you think about it, though, what has she done, and what have they done
to justify keeping her around? Like how profitable were the sequel trilogies? How profitable have these shows been on Disney Plus? And I don't know how you get revenue off a like a Disney Plus show. I don't know other than like subscribers from Disney Plus, but I know there are ways to watch stuff on Disney Plus without a Disney Plus subscription. Gasp! What?
So
pathways that some consider to be
unnatural. So again, like what have they done that have been profitable? And I bring this up, and this isn't like probably a good example, but there's a video years ago that you sent me. It was in a retail store, and they had six 4-foot sections of Rey clearance Last Jedi action figures. I mean, this wasn't a TikTok. This wasn't.
Their sequel trilogy toys aren't selling.
Right. So again, that's just the toy.
Yeah, it's a toy line, but I mean that's where Lucas made some good extra coin.
Well, that's what I'd heard from just like my goodness, the old school Kenner toys.
Oh yeah.
So
that's what I love seeing. Tim open an airlock policy. He posts his vintage Fridays or whatever, and he'll show off the old Kenner toys and all the old action, the ones that he still has. Like, god dang, man.
So again,
some of them look cool.
Like, how has she stayed in this role, and how have they both stayed in this role? Other than like Favreau, because he's actually done stuff with Marvel, and you can make the argument that like somebody can make the argument like he's actually done decent.
He's done other movies and stuff like that.
Like, what has Filoni done? Like, I don't know. It's all subjective, right? Everybody's like, because I've heard like, like I said, Dav he really likes some of the stuff that Filoni's done. There's not anything that I like that Filoni's done. I just don't, and I think it also has a lot to do with the fact that you studied from this man for years, and you played your part well. My opinion of it is you were studying from him because you wanted to be next in line, and when he was out the door, then you jumped at the opportunity, right? So I have my thoughts on Filoni, but I asked the question, like, how can these people still be in one, like who is Iger above them? Like, who is Kathleen Kennedy's boss?
Bob, yeah, it'd be
it Iger?
Bob Iger.
So because they probably have a great working relationship and friendship, Bob Iger's like, there's nobody other than Kathleen Kennedy that can run this, because Kathleen Kennedy spent years with Spielberg.
Well, there's a lot. There was a lot that went on with the whole, the Lucas thing, and I heard it was on Flashcast. I think it was Anna, that Star Wars girl. She was talking about it because she read Bob Iger's book, and they detailed. Apparently, he detailed a lot of it, and I'd like to pick her brain because she knows a lot about it too, about a lot of that transactional deal and stuff like that. What went on and what Lucas thought he was going to be getting versus what actually he got.
Oh yeah, we were talking about. I think Star Wars Theory was and this is where actually I do agree with Star Wars Theory and stand with him in this perspective. Like, he did come to Lucas's defense, because apparently Iger was like, yes, we will keep this in mind, and then once George signed on the dotted line, then he's like, yeah, we never had intentions of doing this,
right?
We basically used that to as a leveraging tool to get Lucas to sell or whatnot. I still personally think they held again to Lucas's head.
More or less. There's actually a degree of truth to that. But let me get to some of the comments here. Sentinel, by the time they tie everything to the sequel trilogy with Disney Star Wars content, these same people who simped for Mando will forgive the sequel trilogy and fully embrace it like someone embraces their captures when they have Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, That's his prediction. And he said I screen capped it on Twitter because that's where I originally posted it. Yeah, and oh god, what was it? I thought there was something Stockholm syndrome related too that I commented on. It had to do with one of the shows, but I don't know. But no, that's I wouldn't surprise me. I mean, people are trying to find any which way they can to rationalize and justify their liking of the series. I mean, listen, I mean, we know just from some of the people we work with and how they justify their weird degree of obsession with the show. But for some of it, it really just amounts to Grogu's so cute.
What happens when he starts talking though, and he's talking like Yoda? Because there's nothing really cute about Yoda.
Well, we'll see, right? But let's see. Watch them.
Maybe
It's
Yoda
not
will
not just the big channels either, but the 1K to 9K channels who are supposedly on our side. Nah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, just the funny thing is like everybody's really trying to chase those Disney bucks one way or another, or at least getting that clout. Yeah. And I don't know. I might want to. So have you heard of the guy, the YouTuber Grizzy?
No.
So and this is kind of the fun. And Rhino put this correctly. It's like he shows basically what, or was it Tim? I forget. One of the two. But they were saying, like the Grizzy goes through all these cringe compilations, or he puts together all these compilation of all these cringe reactions of these quote unquote Star Wars fans that are reacting to the episodes. And these are the sort of shills that we're basically up against, because these are the people that Lucasfilm, Star Wars, whatever you want to call it, Disney, are paying attention to, because they are just lapping it up. At least they're certainly putting on a possible performance, or to some degree, that is how they're legitimately reacting to scenes from these shows. And my God, Grizzy does the king's work, because I can only imagine what the guy has seen and had to endure watching that doesn't make it into his videos when he compiles them all together. And he even just put out one for Ahsoka today too, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's see. At least WCBS exposed the merch truth about the sequel trilogy characters not selling. Lucasfilm lost $0 on clearance figures. The retailers ate the loss. If you look at the figure lines like the vintage collection, those always sell very well. It's when they put sequel or crappy Disney Plus characters in the lines that screw it up. I mean, yeah, and also just go to other places to try and get some of the better figures too.
So if something doesn't sell, then the retailer inquires the loss then.
Because they're having to probably then, like it is, salvage them out or something like that and get rid of them one way or another, and then they aren't getting what
that makes. I'm such an idiot. That's an idiot. I'm an idiot because
the guy who Bob Iger is who renewed her contract twice after The Last Jedi. I didn't even hear about this till like 2019, but they brought back the vintage collection line in 2018 with Luke, Leia, Vader, and Han. I believe they sold so well that the line came back. I mean, I know they keep having like these the Black series or something like that of some of the old classic figures, and I'm just like, I don't want to give them my money though.
The Black series are, I mean, if they're done right, it could be pretty good.
Yeah. Then in 2019-20, they put all the sequel trilogy figures in those waves, and that's why you see stacks of vintage collection raised at Ollie's for $2. But Mandalorian completely saved that line. I believe there were more TVC Mando figures made to be sold or upcoming right now than there are Vader figures. Think about that long term. I think the last one, I think Henry Winkler should voice Grogu in Fonzie's voice.
1000%. Please do it.
I want him to have a menacing voice. Let's give him. I want Simon Templeman to voice him, like he did for the Legacy of Kain series. Be very threatening, very menacing. So let's do it. Let's make Grogu just sound like the most menacing little psychopath that he actually is.
I could do Samuel L. Jackson.
That would be good. That'd be good. So should we get to it?
Yes.
Ahsoka trailer?
Oh no, absolutely not. Forget that. I don't want to do it. I already know they screwed my boy Thrawn.
Let's see. Once the retailers buy from Hasbro, it's theirs to sell or eat. If the retailers don't buy, then Hasbro eats any excess inventory they manufactured. Okay. Black Series is aimed at collectors, but they don't sell like TVC because the 3.75 scale is what Star Wars figures have always been. The collectors ravenously go after those. Unless, so was there something that you wanted to bring up in particular, or shall we just dive into this?
Just dive into it.
All right.
Bastard.
Well, this is going to be certainly my first time watching this because I avoided it. I avoided all talks about it because I wanted to have a fresh look at this. So, sorry guys, but here we go. And let me know if you can hear it.
Something's coming. Something dark.
Really?
I sense it.
Oh boy.
This is a new beginning. For some, war.
What the hell are these?
What are they?
What the? Wait a minute. These look like some of the designs that did they jack these from freaking for Star Wars: The Old Republic? This looks like Tulak Horde helmet.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
I have that gear. Oh my! Trash Panda Filoni at it again.
War.
Oh, hey, it's the Jan Orr's knockoff.
Oh, look at that.
Hey there, welcome to the party. Just in time for us going through the stupid trailer. And Chopper, yay.
Chopper.
Power.
So, I heard that these are apparently Inquisitor leftovers.
Inquisitor leftovers?
Yes, which doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
You mean Inquisitor leftovers?
Yeah, just that. That
Like,
they were supposed to...
Oh, like remnants?
Yeah. Like from the Imperial era. Oh Jesus! So you aren't gonna since you haven't watched Rebels, you're not gonna quite recognize this little spot.
What is it?
They're really laying in all the imagery too. Yeah, it's Rebels true.
What is it?
So this is basically Ezra's kind of his own little. It was like his little home, his home base. Sort of spot.
Oh, joy.
It's been a while.
This is Sabine.
Things have changed. I started hearing.
Oh yay! They get to continue ruining Mon Mothma in Ahsoka. I got some people mad at me for saying that on Twitter too. It was pretty hilarious.
What'd you say?
Somebody had posted this screen cap of Mon Mothma, and they were saying, "Oh, please, I hope they don't ruin, or I hope they do her justice or whatever. I'm like, no, they already ruined her in Andor. And I had the same guy that was posting it, basically telling me to go fuck myself, and another guy giving me a gif of being given the middle finger, and I just basically laughed at both of them because I mean that's all you get. But I mean, it was the truth. It's like they unfortunately ruined Mothma through Andor. And I don't expect anything positive to come from Filoni using the character either. So
Whispers.
Oh, there's Thrawn.
No.
The back of him, at least.
Ugh.
About Thrawn's return.
God.
As heir to the Empire.
They had to shoehorn that in, didn't they? They made sure they got that in, didn't they? This was going all over Twitter. This is as heir to the Empire. But like OG has been pointing out, they can't actually adapt or put, heir to the Empire in their continuity whatsoever because nothing aligns up at all. So we are just getting their trash bin version of heir to the Empire. It is adaptation in all its form. They are taking mass liberties with it too.
We have to prepare for the worst.
What?
That isn't World Between Worlds, is it?
You bastard.
I'm being serious.
Oh,
fuck you, Filoni.
Oh, it is.
You got.
Oh, I told you it was coming. Everybody thought I was a liar.
I hoped you would be wrong.
That is, bro. That's literally War Between Worlds, and that's the new. They're calling him the new Skywalker.
The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't.
Are they gonna be trying to recreate the Vader Tantive scene from Rogue One? But look, okay. It is just me. Does this look really sloppy, or just really again?
Is it a red
that
saber
looks
or
really
an orange saber? Hold on.
Like that looks really stiff.
Yeah, real quick. Is that a red lightsaber or an orange lightsaber?
Huh?
Is that a red lightsaber or an orange lightsaber? That's
It's kind of like a orange sort of lightsaber more than like a kind of a mix between red and orange. I don't know.
The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
I'm an idiot. Is Star Wars Celebration going on right now? Did I miss it?
Yes, I told you that earlier.
I am an idiot. That's right. Kathleen Kennedy is on scene at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, she popped in there too. Yeah. No, I don't know what to say with that trailer other than it's gonna stink. It's gonna.
Well, here's another thing that we'll get back to the trailer real quick. It says the Last Jedi director will take the helm once more in the reimagining of George Lucas's original. No. This can't be a thing. This isn't a thing. This is no.
Wait, what? What? Who? Wait, who? What?
I'm sending it to you. This can't be a thing. This isn't.
Oh,
this is Photoshopped. There's no way.
What a ripoff. Danny DeVito should be playing Thrawn. Joris? Oh, the old Sith dude? I mean, he might be their stand-in for it. He might be, but I don't know. Otherwise, for that whole thing. Oh, is this what you're? No, that's a meme account.
Okay, all right. I always like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just trolling because they keep.
They see me trolling.
Yeah, I'll share it anyways. This is the only way Star Wars Celebration could get any better. Rian Johnson trilogy confirmed. Last Jedi director will take the helm once more in reimagining of George Lucas's original episodes. Yeah, this is from the Ruin Johnson meme account.
Dude, this one, it says Star Wars The DeLorean now streaming.
Yeah.
I haven't been on Twitter in a week or so,
it's probably
I'm
for
trying
the
to
best.
catch up on all of this just ridiculousness.
Little shenanigans.
There's one though. Somebody called this
Hey,
guy.
Brandon. He
guy
says, did you hear Grand Admiral Thrawn will be played by Lars Mikkelsen? There's a leaked picture from Celebration and the color and eyes look of. Well, I mean, the only thing that we've seen, at least officially, from the trailers was just the back of Thrawn's head. So, I mean, I haven't seen these leaked pictures from Celebration or anything now, so I can't really. I haven't seen that to comment on that point. Yeah, so no, I have not. But as for that oh boy. Brandon, again, not gonna lie, I was hoping Jason Isaacs would play Thrawn because he looks more like Thrawn than Lars. Jason Isaacs.
Oh joy, Kenobi 2 is not in active development, confirms Captain Kennedy. Oh joy, so pumped.
I looked him up. Yeah, I guess he could. But I mean, again, this is all talking about casting Thrawn in a time where we could actually get like a good storyline for him. And Disney, Lucasfilm, Filoni, these are not the people for the job. I guess, in my opinion. But no. Let's see, what else should we so do you have anything else you want to add to the trailer?
Just dog water. Who's this dude with the red lightsaber?
I honestly don't know.
Not side-eye off. Did somebody say it was side-eye off?
That was, well, WOP was like, just to kind of put the question out there, is Joris? I don't think it's him. I thought I saw it. Somebody was talking about it being some kind of former Imperial Inquisitor.
I bet you'd side-eye off. How much you want to bet?
That or, yeah, I don't know. I mean, God. The only thing I'm wondering is, like, what are they going to do with what? I mean, God, is it? I mean, I guess it could be a Cyboth sort of thing, but it's just like I'm still thinking it was going to be Ezra was going to be kind of in that role. That was my thinking.
Let's send this one to you really quick.
I wasn't really paying attention to the captions, but he says new guy is Balin, an old surviving Jedi. Huh.
Check Discord. I'm sending that to you.
Okay.
It's an interesting.
I thought I heard he was he's one of the Imperial Inquisitors.
According to this,
I was some sort of holdout or something.
According to this, somebody says it's well, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I could be reading it wrong.
Things up.
That's interesting.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
Young Link.
Here, let me bring it up really quick. All right.
There's a lot. So Noah.
I mean, this would not. I mean, considering how much Filoni likes to loot things from either concept art and stuff like that. I mean, taking from a poster for an idea of things, it wouldn't surprise me none.
Trash Panda. Noah Servant Arc says he's like, I need to know, is this George Cybi or a new character? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Cybi or Vader.
How would it be Vader?
Or not? I'm sorry, not Vader. The one I just sent you.
Oh.
Why did I say Vader? Not Vader. Stupid strong with me today. I don't know. Cybi. There's a lot of people tweeting around it just being Cybi.
I mean, it's possible he's going to be basically the stand-in. I mean, it's not going to be the exact Cybi. It's going to be, like I say, just a stand-in character for that kind of role.
Why don't you think it'd be the real Cybi?
Because, like OG Star Wars was pointed out, they can't actually properly adapt Heir to the Empire because none of their lore lines up with those books and when they were, what was going on when they were taking place. It won't work because they haven't even established things like Outbound Flight and everything like that. Yeah, they've brought in Thrawn to a degree they did with Rebels, but I mean, some of the key characters were killed in Rebels before they could so they couldn't.
It doesn't matter, dude, because you literally saw it. They have the world between worlds. They can do anything. They could bring it back. They can literally alter any type of reality they want. And you saw it right there. That's not me just trying to get your blood.
It's looking strongly like it could be. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's see. Sentinel. That's who he looks like. He says he's a wolf, but based on his dumpster diving, he's a raccoon pillaging stuff from the past.
No, man, like
that's Filoni in a nutshell. Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like that was literally what we just saw. Like
he's the canon version of Cybi. I mean, that's like I said, their iteration of it. Yes, and it would be a clone, anyways. Yeah, Cybi was a clone.
Yeah,
but it's yeah. If I remember, I don't know what they did with Palian in Rebels. I don't remember if they killed him or not. I want to say for some reason they did. But I know they oh god, now I'm forgetting the species that Thrawn had under his control.
The Nagiri?
Yeah, he killed the one that was serving him directly, who killed him in the books.
Yeah.
That I do know they killed.
So let me ask you this. What is your, if you were to explain the world between worlds in a nutshell, like how it works, how would you explain it? Because
it's basically like a time bridge sort of thing that it can take you to different timelines and stuff like that within that specific universe.
So is it fair to say that essentially you could retcon whatever you wanted without actually officially coming out and saying retconning? And you could do whatever you could do whatever you want with it. And if that's the case, is it outside the realm of possibilities where like this guy could be? They could adapt it if they wanted to. They're not going to, but if they wanted to, where this guy could essentially be Cyboth because they look. You pulled that. We could be wrong, but that scene that you pulled up looked very reminiscent of War Between Worlds.
Yeah.
All right, keep saying war. My goodness, World Between Worlds. Screw you, Tom Cruise.
It could be.
Like, why would you create another stand-in character? Like, I don't know.
The thing is, that thing is very broken.
What?
The World Between Worlds. It's a very broken concept because it's also just the biggest asshole to be able to retcon, like it is, just to be able to change the past to suit your needs, and that's what Filoni used it for, to revive Ahsoka, so he could keep his little pet around.
Right. So why would he outside the realm?
Ahsoka is going to use the World Between Worlds to kill all of Anakin's male sperm, so Lucy Skywalker is born. Brandon Tran says Timothy Zahn talked with Filoni on how they should portray Thrawn. Knowing Filoni, he'll retcon stuff like Yuzon Vong invasion and nerf Thrawn. He already nerfed Thrawn in Rebels. The damage has been done. I had a back and forth with Stig about this, and it's just because I was like, okay, maybe they spent, because like I was trying to go, okay, maybe they do this, maybe they do that, but no, they've already turned him into a Scooby-Doo tier villain, Gargamel, whatever. His threat level has been reduced so greatly. I mean, at the end of it, he was turned in. I've been saying this now on Twitter, is that he was basically turned into a Japanese schoolgirl in a hentai movie by the damn space whales while Space Aladdin watched on. His threat level has been diminished, and I was like, oh, mate. And I was trying to think maybe they could spend like 2 seasons trying to build him back up as a threat, but the damage was already done.
Yeah.
The damage was already done. He was turned into a goof of a character.
Yeah.
Like all legacy characters. All the legacy characters have been diminished. Anything that was under George Lucas has been deconstructed and destroyed to help prop up the Disney characters. And we've been seeing that time and time again. I mean, it's kind of funny because, I mean, Filoni especially makes sure that his characters are propped up. Like this is why I'm starting to think that Mando Dim Jughead is a creation of Jon Favreau's, because Filoni is doing everything he can to make sure Bo-Katan is certainly taking the spotlight from his ass.
Yeah.
So that, at least, and then, Fennec came along and outshined Boba Fett. That was a Lucas creation, but he certainly makes sure that, his creations stand at the forefront.
Yeah.
Anything else? No. You take a back seat, son.
Yeah.
So, no, the entire state of the galaxy off to adapt HTTH. Air to the, yeah. Why can't there be like a curse surrounding the Ahsoka role? Like bad luck comes to the people who play Ahsoka, so only the greediest and most deserving of bad shits happen to them. Oof. I'm not wishing anything ill. What is it Nerdrotic says? Adult pretenders. I mean, that's all they are. And, they're just fulfilling a dumbass role. I wish they would shut up on Twitter a lot of the times. But, I mean, that's basically just all they're just there serving a role. I would certainly like, more of the bad things to happen in the management over at Lucasfilm.
Yeah, like they all, like, I don't know, go away.
Just go away. Go away now, please. Because you're just bringing pain to us all.
Yeah.
At this point. There's like a lot of these. I was just kind of checking out the really quick the Star Wars YouTube account just to see what videos were here, and there's like some interviews and stuff like that that I just don't know if we have the strength, the time, or the strength to really go through these.
Well, we could always do it next week.
We certainly could, yes, because I'm gonna have to probably sort through some of these and find some that'll be a little bit interesting to talk about. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to think of what else, because I mean, Star Wars. So there's been so much to pick apart. I literally don't follow anyone famous. I just expect people to retweet a good tweet they make, and that's when I'll interact with them. Yeah, I certainly stopped following anyone that's really, famous or in that space at all, especially like when had Mark Hamill get the heavy case of Trump derangement syndrome, and I just like, okay, I'm done with you, brother. It used to be fun following some people. They at least made some fun stuff here and there, but once that all happened, man, it's just like the fun was killed immediately.
Went away.
What else did I bookmark here? I mean, yeah, so this was one of the sadly Sentinel, he's become really insufferable.
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill, really insufferable. And like I said, that's why I stopped following him on Twitter. It was like after I came back too, and I've deleted my account multiple times. And then when I'd come back, and it was fun following him for a short time, but then like it was, the elections happened, and man, it just the fun died. So yeah. For all those folks out there that were thinking, oh, they're gonna retcon the sequel trilogy, well, about that. Daisy Ridley's Star Wars Return gets mixed reactions from fans apparently, but she's returning because they're going to be continuing her storyline basically in the place of what Luke's story was, which was rebuilding the Jedi and having the Jedi Academy and all that sort of stuff. At least that's it. Well, at least what's been floating around. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but anyways, let's kind of dive into this. So apparently Star Wars fans recently expressed mixed reactions to the confirmation that Daisy Ridley will reprise her role as Rey in the upcoming film. I don't care. Honestly, other than, I'm getting a lot of people, which is great, are getting their vindication that they were correct. And, to what small degree I'm getting mine, but the thing is, like, I didn't want to be right.
Right.
I don't think anybody else did either, but it's just like, yeah, they weren't going to be going away from this. They weren't going to be going away from their trilogy or anything like that. They were only going to dig their heels in and go forward with it. So after The Rise of Skywalker hit theaters in 2019 and brought an end to the Skywalker saga, but it wasn't Rise of Skywalker, it's Rise of Palpatine. Get it right. The Skywalker did not rise. They all fell. They're all dead. You killed them.
Without the world between worlds.
Oh boy. The fan base was split, with a lot of fans harshly criticizing Ridley and the character of Rey. Nobody was really criticizing her, other than, maybe acting performance, but then a lot of people too. A lot of people may have just like on acting, but a lot of that got more pointed towards the directors for not directing proper and giving them.
It's the same thing with Moses Ingram. Like, nobody had a problem with her
skin colors
No.
or acting. It's the
Yeah,
same thing with
yeah. And then the character of Rey, we can have a problem with the character. The character was dog water. She was a Mary Sue freaking yeah. She could do no wrong. She did everything right. No, it was weak.
Right.
So
that's the issue.
Harsh. Who cares if anybody's harshly criticizing?
Somebody said that's the reason why she took a hiatus, because she couldn't deal with like the negativity.
No, it's because she also said something stupid on Instagram. If
oh,
I
what'd she
right.
say? Oh, what was it?
It had something to do with gun control or something like that, and she got a bunch of she got a bunch of Brit, yeah. So she got a lot of kick. If I remember right, that's what it was, and she got a lot of kickback for it. And then I think it was either that or was that the gal that played Rose Tico. I forget which.
I don't know.
But anyway, Ridley left Star Wars with a bad taste in her mouth due to the harassment she received, but the actress recently revealed that she would make a return to the franchise if possible. She also she just wasn't getting any work.
Right.
I don't think she really proved herself as an actress. I mean, look at the original trilogy. Look at who's kind of made a bigger step forward from the three. It was oh God. What the hell's with my brain today? Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was more the one that, man, it was kind of the lead out, the standout of getting the bigger roles as they went on. Hamill, not so much. He got a few things here or there, but then later became more known for his voice acting for the Joker and everything, which is good, which is fine. Not everybody needs to be in the big spotlight, but I think even he has a little bit of resentment with that. But it's all about what they make of it anyways. It has nothing to do with harassment. Fuck off with this. Sequel trilogy star also teased fans about a potential comeback in December 2022 when she shared a photo on social media of her at Lucasfilm. Reactions to Ridley. During the Lucasfilm Studio showcase at Star Wars Celebration, it was officially announced that Daisy Ridley will return to the galaxy far, far away. And Charmin Obaid Chinoy, I probably butchered the shit out of that, but what the hell? Upcoming film, which is reported to release December 19th, 2025. We got a couple of years to prepare for that one, I guess. Yeah. Ridley was brought up on stage during the announcement, where it was confirmed that the upcoming movie will take place 15 years after Rise of Palpatine and will feature Rey will be building a new Jedi Order. Oh, lovely.
This makes sense with all the stuff that's going on Twitter about the Luke and the Jedi Order and the New Order, and I think OG had posted a couple things.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken about it.
I believe Sentinel, you did too. Talking about the true new Jedi Order,
not this.
Following the groundbreaking announcement, many fans took to social media to express their opinions on the matter. Some welcomed Ridley back with open arms, but others were not so enthusiastic about the decision. I'm sure you found some good cherry-picked ones. Quiet Old Jim seemed extremely happy with Ridley's return. They stated via Twitter, "I like Daisy Ridley so much. I'm so glad she's back in Star Wars stuff." This looks like a goofy account. Ryan didn't react as positively about the news, claiming that Lucasfilm made Rey too powerful in the sequel trilogy and will likely do the same in the upcoming film. Yes, that's what they did. That is exactly what they did. That's not even, I mean, yeah, that's what they did. Shame that Charmin's film is about Rey. Just watch them make her a better master than Luke and the most powerful master ever. But where's the lie? That's pretty much what they'll end up doing. It's pretty obvious. Some people expressing excitement. Daisy Ridley is back. Let's go. I don't care. Let's see. Where's the really? Come on. You said that there's some harsh criticisms here. I speak for everyone when I say I won't be watching. I mean, I know I won't until it hits the bay. Let's see. I don't really, that's great. People can be happy, whatever. But I mean, I'm trying to find where this real negativity is coming from.
No, where it's non-existent. It's the same Wow.
What was it? Why don't they just close all the books on the future Skywalker story and start with a fresh cut way more in the future without Rey or any of those characters in episode 7, 8, and 9? That's actually a better idea. Yes. Get away from the sequel trilogy. You might be able to get away from the stink that you left behind with it. That's not I mean, you can say he wasn't pleased with the news, but I mean, it's not a bad idea. He's at least giving some suggestion.
I
Sure,
don't know where
Sentinel,
all
I
the
can do that.
negativity is.
Hang on, Sentinel, I got you covered. I got you covered, brother. I'll trust you. There, you should have the power. Okay, sorry. Where do I have that? There we go. So the Direct Kleinfeld was thrilled about Ridley's return. He said, "Me after hearing Rey is back," followed by a screenshot of Rey's theme. None of the music was that good from the sequel trilogy. No matter what you say, I know John Williams is still doing it, but even that, if he felt phoned in.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing that stood out. The prequel trilogy, you had brilliant tracks coming out of that. And I mean, Revenge of the Sith, nothing but gems.
Oh, yeah.
So there was nothing that stuck out to me. Even when I first watched Force Awakens, nothing stood out. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know why. None of it. Simply expressed his disappointment by posting a gif of Chancellor Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith that said, "Please don't."
Right.
Oh, come on, that's funny. Commented about met McCon upcoming film will make plays 15 years when it's been nearly since the actual film. Okay, neat. I was actually wondering about that, if it's how long it's been. Jesus. Is happy that Ridley will be given another chance, but doesn't seem to be a huge fan of the character. They would need to do a lot of surgery on that character.
Daisy
a
Ridley?
lot. No, on Rey Palpatine.
Oh, there's no coming back from it, bro. There's no coming back from it.
No, the stink is still there. It's still gonna be.
Yeah, no, there's no. Good luck.
Yeah, so it has nothing against Ridley or the character of Rey, but simply isn't excited for her Star Wars return because of how Rise of Skywalker was such a tremendous dumpster fire. Again, where's the lie in that one? Right. Not a diss at Daisy. Sorry.
Well, they probably think it's trash because it's all subjective. Or, well, I mean, I don't know. Where's the trash? They're saying.
I'm not fun. I mean, they wanted to say how there's such negativity, but I mean, I guess it's just my own biases here. But I mean, a lot of it was just. I mean, some of it was actually some good decisions. Yes, go well beyond the sequel trilogy and try and start anew, so you have some breathing room, so you aren't stuck with certain characters or to certain plot threads and stuff like that you have to clean up essentially.
Right.
I mean, that was kind of the good thing when you had things like Knights of the Old Republic. They went well into the past to a point where they had nice wiggle room to really flesh out their own storyline and stuff like that. For Legacy, the story with Kate Skywalker, I want to say his name. It was like well into the future. Luke is dead, well passed on, and all that. But yeah, well into the future. Again, giving you wiggle room to really have some fun. And yes, you get to have like legacy descendant characters, but but you aren't stuck in an Imperial era or Rebellion era or whatever era, you get plenty of wiggle room to get through that, to craft your own story and what's going on. Yeah, this wasn't really, I mean, so will Ridley be in a new Star Wars trilogy? As of right now, Charmaine Obaid Chinoy, upcoming movie is only just that one standalone film, and that could be fine. In the sense of having just a standalone film, not trying to do a trilogy, you might, and who knows, then yes, you could go beyond that if you really want to. But I mean, this is the kind of thing I think a lot of people do have a degree of sequel fatigue too.
Probably because it wasn't very good. And by
well,
very
not
good,
just, I'm just talking in general, you know, just like all these sequels that are coming along. I'm sorry, I'm not excited for Joker 2. I honestly think Joker just should have been one movie, one done. That's it.
Yeah.
And in its own pocket universe, you didn't have to include it in the DC universe or whatever. Just keep it as a standalone film, one done. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need to turn. I mean, this isn't a new problem. You know, this is an old problem with film that they've just loved to continuously churn out sequel after sequel after sequel when it's just like to stop. You just had to have the one. You're good. Boom. That's how I felt with after seeing the sequels for like John Wick. John Wick 2 was okay. John Wick 3 was a dumpster fire in my opinion. I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet. And I heard that one's like 3 freaking hours or something like that.
Probably.
And I'm just like, no. I mean, I can only hope that things are a little bit improved, but I'm like, no, John Wick 1, that's all you needed. That's all. And it's already just such a goofy plot. I mean, guy goes after the whole Russian mob after a group of idiot Russian mobster kids kill his puppy and beat the shit out of him and take his car. I mean, it's a ridiculous plot thread, but I mean, it worked for that movie. But it didn't need to go beyond that, because then you just start turning to almost into parody. And you John Wick 2, I felt was kind of like a sort of like a Evil Dead 2 sort of thing, where it's half serious but also very self-aware and being a little tongue in cheek and stuff like that with what's going on. I don't know. But yeah, so that just seems to be the whole big thing. And that was one of their big sudden reveals, was that Daisy Ridley was there at Celebration this year. She came out on stage and all that jazz. Yeah, I honestly, this just felt like a big nothing burger. You know, I hate clickbait, but I saved it because I'm like, oh, this might be something good to talk about. But the thing is, like, I like to go into these like we went into the trailer, you know, completely blind and fresh and stuff like that. That's how I go into these articles, and then I get disappoint myself of, God dang it, I guess I should have read these ahead of time.
It's just clickbait.
But I mean, because that was a whole. I was expecting some more vulgar, rude comments, but nah, we didn't even get that. Those were all tame as hell, and actually giving some good suggestions.
That's what I'm saying. Well, is it considered hate because why?
Just by saying, listen, I don't think this works, is basically being a toxic fan at this point. Even though that's the most tame freaking stance you could give.
So just giving an opinion on the matter is now considered hate speech and trash talking.
Basically.
Well, then I guess sign me up, brother, because that Ahsoka trailer was garbage. And
oh no, I'm very proud of being a very toxic fan. Yes, I wear that with a badge of honor.
So here's my question. I thought they were not going to live stream this, and maybe they not, but I thought they were not going to live stream Celebration. But yet there's a video of Kathleen Kennedy on stage. Is this?
Yeah, they were doing a whole live stream for it.
Did I miss something?
I guess I did too, because I wasn't sure what was going on with the whole celebration.
Because we covered it. We covered the fact that it's like there will not be any cameras allowed. So I mean, I don't care.
Maybe the press, maybe like people outside of who's in charge of Celebration. Maybe that's what was more the case.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I care less. I'm not looking. I don't want to watch.
No, it was just kind of like, wait, what the hell's actually going on here?
Yeah. And when is this supposed? What do you call it? Drag fest, whatever it is, supposed to go down.
Well, it looked like it was already, when we shared that screenshot earlier, it was already kind of going on. So I don't know. I guess they already had their little weirdo panel.
Yeah. One, are there any? This is going to be a dumb question, but are there any Americans or Canadians or anybody going to this? Because this is in Europe. Like, why would you spend $200 or however how much money the tickets are, airfare, hotel, just to go to like Celebration? Like, I don't like. Maybe I'm just an idiot because I mean I'm a comic book fan and I'd spend an hellacious amount of money on comic books, but like to fly overseas, get a hotel, to do this, like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, like, would you like, even if George still owned like Lucas, I don't know if I would go across. I don't know. Teach his own, I guess. Teach his own. But from what they've described this, panel being about and show being like, I would not. Bye. Have a good night.
I mean, I'm sure there are.
Does that make any sense? Like,
well, for anybody trying to make sure they're having that inside exclusive information and stuff like that, that they could get right back to their hotel room and throw online and stuff like that, or do a quick video log or whatever. For them, maybe it's worth it, and they could do it as a tax write-off and stuff like that if they're doing it like as a YouTube channel sort of thing. Otherwise, I mean, for us regular people, I couldn't imagine it, considering, like you said, airfare and stuff like that. Unless I don't know what the traveling conditions are for when it comes to stuff like that.
I just seems just crazy, like the amount of money that you'd spend. But
yeah,
again, teach his own. But I mean, I'd rather go to freaking that Rancho Kobe. Was it Rancho Obi-Wan?
Oh yeah. The Ranch Obi-Wan or whatever.
Yeah,
we talked about a long time. God, we talked about that a long time ago.
I'd rather go there, dude.
With all the Star Wars memorabilia and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I remember that.
That for me is what I would.
Yeah, that actually seemed a really cool idea.
One of these days, we'll do a live stream there. But I wonder what they're going to announce there. Cause I'm assuming, and then there's talk. I don't know if we have time to talk about it tonight, but there's talk about Acolyte.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be for next week, but I did hear talk about that.
Yeah, there's been some discussion with some of that with the Acolyte. I think Skeleton Crew as well, but I haven't seen any real details crop up necessarily, at least quickly.
You've
through the twats. So
Skeleton Crew or any of that? No,
I haven't heard anything. But then, like it is, I don't want to go through all those interviews and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't either.
I might have to for next week to have a little extra to go into.
I was just curious because I did see a lot of the Acolyte stuff. Ugh, what Star Wars has become.
Yeah, right.
Ugh, it's painful. Painful.
That, yeah, definitely. Should we? So we never got to this because we were going over Bad Batch and everything, but there is the Star Wars Jedi Survivor new official trailer from 2 weeks ago. Should we
do that really
kind of
quick?
take a look at that?
Do that really quick.
All right, let's. I'll throw that up right now.
It's been a long 5 years.
Okay, so 5 years. Okay, at least they're establishing a timeline. We don't even get that in Bad Batch on how long of time there's been between even like seasons 1 and seasons 2. Like I never got a full, like a proper, okay, it's been X amount of time. Like they've said like, oh, we've been here for this amount of time, but that isn't like from point A to point B. I'm still not pleased.
Right.
You've tried to resist. Fear and mistrust rule the galaxy.
I don't know. This looks more like Doom Guy than it does something for Star Wars. Oh, wait. No, maybe it kind of looks like the Swamp Troopers. They're kind of like looking like some of the Swamp Troopers from Outcast.
Cal, look into the fire. It will warm you. Keep you
So I'm curious how this whole this I guess doesn't make any, may not make sense, but somebody, was it Brandon or somebody said that like because in the game it gave the impression that like, oh, what's her name, the witch sister Marin and Cal were, you know, had a fling, but then Sam Maggs did a book and apparently Marin and
right, yeah, where she's bi or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Like there seemed like there was maybe a connection between the two in the game, but I mean it was so I mean a lot of the game was really just kind of water cooler. It was just very, they weren't committing to a whole lot other than what storyline they had really established.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of it was just kind of like very vanilla.
But left unchecked, it will consume everything until there is only ash.
How could you let the galaxy fall to this unworthy machine of an empire?
Wow, wait a minute. I gotta go back. Hang on. that line delivery.
You let the galaxy fall to this unworthy machine of an empire.
Come on, that was almost some episode 2 Anakin-esque line delivery there, where it's almost kind of cheesy, dude. Come on. And people are celebrating this one. Come on. Yeah.
Let it fall. Hope may feel beyond our grasp. And I think we finally found somewhere the Empire can't reach us.
Imagine. No more looking over your shoulder.
A place that's worth fighting for. No matter the cost.
that I like I felt the first game was so very mediocre. And I've already said this in previous streams. Like it was an okay game. I liked some of the gameplay mechanics. They were fine.
I don't like the wiffle bat.
Well, that was going to be my next point. Is the wiffle bat lightsabers is still a point of contention with me. We got practically the best lightsaber mechanics out of Jedi Outcast and especially Jedi Academy, which only improved upon it. And it's to me, it's unacceptable.
Yeah,
and so the original game, I'm gonna have to look it up really quick. Hang on, let me stop sharing that really quick. Because how long? Let's see. After Order 66 was Jedi Fallen Order. So this is 5 years after Order 66. This is another 5 years after that. So we are effectively in Kenobi territory. Am I? Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, we would. Where's Kenobi at?
Oh. Man, their story, they're all these Jedi that have made it out of Order 66 has gotten ridiculous at this point.
It is literally it is diminished. Order 66. Order 66 should not no. It should no longer be a thing.
No, but all right. So we have another Jedi that's apparently running around during Rebellion era. This is again just more diminishing to the OT, and this has been going to Stig Kenobi's point and Tim from Open Airlock and stuff, and them. They've been saying that they aren't gonna they aren't gonna remake the original trilogy, but they will certainly mold and remake a lot of the lore around it to fit their narrative, and that does. I'm having to kind of more, look at it in that fashion, because that's exactly what they're doing. And it's basically like Luke, who was supposed to be the return of the Jedi, is no longer the returning Jedi.
No.
We've already had plenty of Jedi return previous to him.
Yeah, it's all the other Jedis that were supposedly killed in 66.
Well, and like even in the Kenobi show, they had that whole room of where the escaped Jedi go through and have left messages on the walls. How many have written on there?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd need a real freaking attention to detail sort of person to go through that whole wall and find out just how many have left a message there.
Yeah.
So Jedi Fallen Survivor, whatever the heck it's being called. Yeah, Jedi Survivor. I mean, I can only hope that the gameplay mechanics are still good. I'm not going to be buying it.
Yeah.
But I'll wait and see. If anything, I'll wait like I did for Jedi Fallen Order for a really, really dirt cheap sale.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
But otherwise, it's like, I'll wait for it to hit the bear. But yes, let's see. So Brandon said, "Yep, I said that comment. Marin didn't have too much screen time in Fallen Order. That's true. Maybe she'll play a bigger role in Survivor." Well, it looks like from the trailer, there's going to be some moments where they actually have some co-op gameplay for a companion type role for her. So we'll see where she comes in that matter. And it seems like there's going to be like a whole getting the gang back together. Because I know in the last trailer we watched, Cal Kestis was on his own. So it seems like his party split up at some point. But there is going to be, like I say, they're getting the gang back together, and they're going to be bringing them back in. The Force Unleashed has way better lightsaber combat compared to Fallen Order because of Disney's censored limb dismemberment, and just the overall effect was a lot better, just in terms of like using the Force powers on the stormtroopers, because they really did. They grabbed onto other stormtroopers when you were using like the Force grab and stuff like that, where you like pull them around the room and they would start. It would be that was like some of the best parts of that game was slamming them into each other, but then they grab their buddy, and then as you were doing that, then you could just like force push them away off into the walls and stuff like that. And there's light, very very light environmental damage that you perform. I don't know about the lightsaber combat itself, though. I would say it was about the same. Yes, maybe they had Unleashed had the limb dismemberment, but I mean that's still not. It's still a wiffle ball bat lightsaber because you're still doing multiple whacks on all of them. Yeah. Whereas with like Jedi Outcast and Academy, you made that strike, it counted.
Oh yeah.
And it was usually a death kill, not I gotta do a combo move to take out these enemies so their health drains all the way. And maybe once I get through a lot of games, maybe that'll be a game I do go through again, is Force Unleashed. It's been a long time since I've actually done a proper playthrough. So maybe one of these days I will get to that. But
have they
yeah, Force Unleashed.
I don't know. I don't have high hopes for the game.
For Jedi Survivor,
I don't know.
I'm sure the story for the most part will be serviceable, although after with Sam Maggs and stuff like that, I'm gonna guess there's gonna be some questionable material that was possibly influenced into the game, because the other game was very, like I said, very safe. They weren't like a big bunch of chances that they took, but I mean, for the most part, the story was okay. It was predictable, but I mean, there was, then again, they kind of did the Rogue One thing where, you know, you had Vader that cropped up at the end, and he was just nothing short of being a beast.
Yeah.
But that was, again, it was kind of like it was just like Rogue One in that sense. Oh, the big part that you really remember is Vader coming at you from the storyline perspective.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, for the gameplay, I thought the gameplay was fine. I like the Metroidvania sort of gameplay, going back to the other levels when you got better Jedi, when you got better Force powers and stuff like that, so you could do a little more exploration. The planets themselves were, unfortunately, as some people have pointed out, very empty. And that's true. Yeah. They were very empty feeling. They needed a little more life to them. If they've improved upon that, that could be at least a bit of a bonus. I liked the lightsaber customizations and what you could kind of mix together for your lightsaber. I hope that continues in this one. If they do that, I like that he has that he shows using 2 lightsabers in each hand, because I'm not a big staff saberist, but I mean, if he uses it, I guess, oh well, that's that. But I mean, it looked like he did bust out the lightsaber in each hand, sort of thing, so that could be cool. Otherwise, it's just more Disney Star Wars.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just more playing to that. So, like I say, if anything, it'll be called waiting till there's a really dirt cheap sale.
1000%.
So, yeah. Anywho, that's my thoughts on that one. That's our thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to check out or go over?
For sure, but we can always wait. Well, we can wait until next week too, because there's a lot I want to go over.
So you want to save it maybe for next week then?
Yeah, I'm thinking so, just so we don't run. I mean, depending on how bad Mando is next week, we'll see. But
right. We shall see.
Do you have anything else?
I mean, Jesus. I mean, I could dig up some stuff, but I don't think it's really. Some of it is just little things. Because again, it's just mostly just they've been kind of doing little announcements, little talks about, they're promoting Acolyte, they're promoting Skeleton Crew. Nothing really major beyond that, and a lot of the hilarity is more taking place on Twitter, anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless we get another like trailer or something like that to dive into, then sure. But otherwise,
we'll call it, then yeah.
See, the best part of Jedi Fallen Order was either Vader's cameo or exploring the Venator crash. Crash.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Is that on Kashyyyk or?
No, it was. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was a level about it. I remember it.
Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering what that was at the moment. But well, with that, I think we've had our fun tonight. Thank you everybody that's popped into the chat. Really appreciate it. Sentinel, Brandon, as always, you've been coming back. Thank you. What's this? I know this is Star Wars. Well, we're not a Star Wars channel. This is a Star Wars show. My channel is reserved for many other things. But are you guys gonna watch or skip Super Mario movie? I don't plan on really seeing it in theaters. Maybe like once it hits streaming or something. We've gone through like Super Mario movies. To me, like the classic for Super Mario, especially like live action adaptation and stuff like that, was the Super Mario Super Show. That was just tops for me. And I've rewatched it. It's fun still. I like the voice acting and stuff like that. That came from that. To me, that was Super Mario.
Right.
I've heard a lot of good things about the Super Mario movie. I've heard it's really good. I've heard they do some things right. Some people have problems with other parts of the movie, but I may try and find a way to check it out. But for now, I'm not jonesing for it like a lot of people are. I'm just kind of like, I've been waiting to hear opinions and stuff like that because I'm always very wary of any new movies coming out. So what about you?
I don't know how I feel. I just don't think what's his name, Chris Pratt, can do a proper Italian accent.
Well, there was actually something. I mean, he kind of pulled a Henry Cavill sort of thing where he was very much talking more to the fans and being like, "Hey, I get it. This is something that you've loved and had a great passion for and stuff like." So he kind of took that approach, which was smart. And he didn't try and take the negative fans, the toxic fans, that sort of crap. So he posed it more as to reserve judgment, wait until you see the movie and you see it and basically get it in context of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So, from the trailers we got and stuff like that, you only got little snippets and everything, so there wasn't a whole lot to go off of. Especially like the first trailer, you didn't really get it. You still kind of heard Pratt than actually hearing Mario. And that will always be, like, to me, it's like, get the voice actors, get the proper voice actors to do what they've already been doing for so long. I know they're not Hollywood stars or anything like that, but I mean, just for something as big as Super Mario, that IP alone would bring butts to the seats, I think. And then you add on top, oh, guess what? We're bringing in the voice actors too. That brings in a little bit extra, because then it's also, you know, you got the diehard fans that are like, oh, wow, they've gone that extra mile. And then through their word of mouth, then they bring in other people and stuff like that. So it still has a potential of being still successful one way or another, in my opinion. So
you're not going to go see it then?
We'll see.
I'm
just between like prices for tickets and stuff like that. I was kind of like,
it's not worth it. I don't know. It better be for me to see a movie. It's got to be really, really good to justify, because it's so expensive, man. It's like $14 for a ticket, plus, you know, if you bring stuff,
popcorn,
but
yeah,
I mean, and I'm one of those guys like, I've got to have popcorn. I can't watch a movie and not have popcorn. So I end up
agreed 100% right there.
I'm $30 in, and it's like, my goodness. And then for, you know, if it's not even that good of a movie, it's like you just feel like you were bamboozled.
I'm sorry, I just saw this on Twitter.
What was it? Hold on.
Crazy Kathleen, Path of Destruction.
I got it. That's gonna be my. Why would you do it to Bane?
Official autobiography: How I Fucked Up a Franchise in Record Time.
You sure did.
Oh boy. Well, there's a good way of going out. Again, thank you, Brandon. Sentinel, thank you for always showing up, brother. Tuscan Bob, you were in there for a good bit. Thank you for hanging out, man. And getting a quick appearance from OG Star Wars. That was awesome to see you in here. Hopefully we can get you back sometime. So yeah, good show. Good show. We
may be doing a special edition.
Yeah, we may be doing a special Easter edition of Sunday Shenanigans.
Get the boys back. We'll see.
We'll see.
It's been a while.
So keep an ear out for that. I will be making
no pun intended. Keep an ear out. See what you did there.
I didn't even do it intentionally.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Otherwise, have a very great evening. We'll catch you all next week for more fun and excitement,
shenanigans,
and stuff and things,
all the things.
Good night.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, I should have known from the very beginning. From what you said. Yeah, when the mega powers were formed. Yeah, what you were out for from the very beginning. Yeah, you were after what was mine. I remember what you said.
You can destroy the Emperor. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Yeah, that one was rough. Those words right there. Yeah, I got stuck, yeah, but I swallowed it anyway. Didn't like the taste, but I swallowed it anyway, yeah. But I remember the time when there was a conquistador out of the ring. The one that's so jealous that he can't stand it, yeah. Yeah, you came in there with your poses, yeah, but you made a big idiot out of yourself, yeah. And speaking of idiot things, what about that stupid idea? Did you forget that one? Think back. That right there sealed your fate. Yeah, that put the madness over the edge. But I'll tell you what felt even better, yeah, was in the dressing room, in the first aid room. Me being unselfish, yeah, said go ahead, do the thing, yeah. You won't steal my thunder, no. When you take a look at the madness's eyes, all you're gonna see is complete and utter rage.